So here I just want to show off the Bug Factory. This is my mealworm kit from which I harvest my mealworms that I can feed my reptiles and my birds. And so it actually comes with 3 trays, though here I'm just using 2. And you basically have the entire life cycle of these little beetles. And so the way it works is these little beetles, they have little babies and it falls through the grate down below, and then the little babies grow into the mealworms. I'm not really seeing any. Usually there's some movement, but I don't really see any here. But then I'll take the little babies and then I will toss them into here where they will grow into actual mealworms. And then these you can pull out in different sizes to feed to your reptiles. So you can see there's different sizes in here. Now, what's crazy though is that eventually as they age, they will turn into these little guys. I think it's called a pupillae. And you take these out, the ones that have aged, you put them in this center tray. These will turn into a beetle, and then they crawl down, and then the life cycle continues. And so I've been running this. I'll have to look at my my records, but I've been running this for, gosh, I think well over a year off of the same original supply of the beetles. And so my process is once a week I have to go through here and I pull out all the little pupillae, if I'm saying that right, put them in the middle, and I just sift through until I get them all out. Then I'll take out various sizes of the actual mealworms to go and feed to my animals. And so this becomes one of the sources of food. Now, I do not dust these like I would my red runner roaches, but what I do is I feed them Fluker's high calcium mealworm diet, which allegedly helps to establish a good calcium to phosphorus ratio. So it's this stuff here. It kind of looks like oatmeal mixed with some sort of supplementation. And then for moisture, I like to use baby carrots. In the mature beetles, they do die off, so you have to collect them and dispose of them. Technically, sometimes I'll even feed these to the reptiles if they haven't fully blackened and hardened. It could be like a little crunchy snack for my chameleon. But not too much, because I think it's harder for them to digest. Like here's one. For the most part, you're not really feeding these. You're just letting them lay eggs, so you get more mealworms. Alrighty, so now I'm gonna take what's filtered through the grate. There should be little baby eggs in here. Shift it over to the mealworm tray. Add some more mealworm diet. Add some for my beetles. And then our baby carrots for moisture for everybody. It's hard to do this with one hand. Right. I'm about out of carrots. All right, so until next week, these guys will turn into beetles. Beetles will lay eggs. The cycle will continue perpetually. And then I harvested a good amount of mealworms, so trays can go back together. They can go back to their spot. I keep these in this tray with this, oh gosh, I think it's called decastus earth. It's like a finely ground stone that kills mites. So these things have a tendency to attract mites and breed mites. And so you keep them on here so mites don't spread everywhere. Sometimes, this isn't a good example. You can see some here. You see some mites that have developed around my cups here for my fruit flies. Those are mites there. And so the decastus earth, if I'm saying it right, stops them from being able to traverse. and then that way everything stays isolated, so they can't go from my fruit flies to the tray with the mealworms, or vice versa. And so, other tray here. The other thing I'll sometimes do is, if I do get a bad mite outbreak, is I have some potato flour, which I can also mix in, which allegedly mites don't like, and will help kill them off. We'll talk about fruit flies in another video. But yeah, according to my signage here from Exotic Pet Decor, mealworms are the larval form of the mealworm beetle. However you say that. Tenebrio monolater, a species of darkling beetle. All right, so these are some of my mealworm feeding trays, which I got from somebody on Etsy. They're kind of cool because they have this lip, so it generally prevents the mealworms from getting out. I gotta rinse these off real quick. And now everybody gets mealworms. So you gotta stay there. Then if I want to, I can usually put like a little piece of carrot or something in each of these to kind of give them something to munch on before they get munched on. I kind of messed up. I forgot one of these trays I need to put some smaller mealworms in, because it's for my very juvenile and small red-eared crocodile skink. See any small ones? That tray goes where? And then up top is my carpet chameleon. She's getting some sun. Do you see her? Kind of, sort of. Yeah, there she is. And so I'll give her a couple mealworms too. This is her feeder run for the red runner roaches. They crawl up there, but I'll just throw some mealworms down in there. Oh, actually, I forgot. She's the one that can get a couple snacks of the crunchy beetles that I stuck in here. There we go. Nom nom. And then the rest of these mealworms will be for my birds. I can only do this with one hand. Yum, yum, yum. Don't judge, I gotta clean their cage. Now, technically, I can feed mealworms to like my tarantulas as well, but I never really do. They kind of just fall to the ground sometimes and don't get eaten. I have had somewhat success feeding a mealworm, though, to my black widow. This is my cave gecko. I need to get some of that water out. This is my pictus gecko. And then in here is my spiny tail gecko, which is kind of a boreal. I don't know where she is right now. I usually lay out in the open, so I'm going to put this one right here in her little tree, because she'll grab them out of there. Hi.